philosophy is everywhere, and that includes popular culture.
Well, when someone asks me what pop culture and philosophy have to do with each other, I often say, what doesn't philosophy have to do with?
Really, these books are for people who are kind of smart fans of smart popular culture.
Well, the way I see these books being used in the classroom is just the same way that any professor uses examples from life, whether from the news, from current events, from his or her own life experience, or from pop culture.
I actually use the philosophy and pop culture books in my classrooms quite a bit. And the way that I do it essentially is I like to use them as kind of like a primer for my lectures, right? So if I'm talking about a certain topic, I find an essay on that topic in the series and have my students read it before they get to class.
Really, I think any course that's going to focus on a piece of popular culture would certainly want to include one of these books, whether it be House in Philosophy or X-Men in Philosophy or Batman in Philosophy, that gives a look at the philosophy involved in the topic as well.
For academics, I think that what the philosophy series offers is a way to touch on, slightly harder subjects, harder concepts for students to understand, but with, sort of a lighter fare.
The series has really expanded dramatically, and we've got a great range of titles covering television, movies, fiction, literature, moving into video games as well.
So the purpose of the series is to use the pop culture that people love to get them thinking about philosophy, rather than using philosophy to kind of deconstruct the pop culture.
Time travel, as it's usually classically conceived in the movies like Back to the Future, Terminator, whatever, is actually impossible because it gives rise to what philosophers call grandfather paradoxes. They're essentially self-negating actions.
Batman's greatest enemy is the Joker, and the Joker has killed a lot of people, including a lot of people close to Batman himself. And the question that's been asked thousands of times on, especially on comics message boards on the internet, is why doesn't Batman kill the Joker? And that brings up a lot of moral controversies. Is it okay to kill to prevent further killing? What does that reflect upon the hero? Why doesn't Batman do it? What's Batman's motivations?
One of the things that we do in Terminator and philosophy is take up the question of artificial intelligence and the question of whether or not robots, cyborgs, who become sentient and who become intelligent on their own would actually count as persons and have the same moral standing as us.
One of the things that comes to light once you realize that Tony Stark is not a perfect human being, is not a moral exemplar. He has his issues, especially his drinking and his love of the celebrity playboy lifestyle, is can he indulge in those things? Can he be a morally imperfect man of less than perfect character and still be a hero, still be a superhero?
The ladies love Edward, don't they? There's no getting away from it. Is he a romantic hero, or really is he a kind of a stalker? Of course, it shocks and appalls young women when we hear him described as a stalker, but what would you call someone who sneaks into your room in the middle of the night and watches while you sleep? Well, I mean, these books really grew out of the classroom with the idea that you could meet students halfway by talking about what they already knew and already liked in terms of popular culture.
It's not a heady piece of literature. It's an accessible book that anybody can read. If you have no background at all in philosophy, you can understand these titles.
I think that, if you're a diehard fan of a specific pop culture subject, you're going to want to find something that treats it seriously. And the series of books offers that for you.